Hey, love. I want to meet you exactly where you are right now. Not where you're trying to be. Not the version of you that has it all figured out. Not the one who's holding it all together because you think that you're supposed to. Just you in this exact moment in all your realness. Because I know how it feels when you're in the middle of a chapter you don't even have the language to yet. When the ground beneath your feet is shifting and you don't know whether to plant roots or to keep moving. So when I tell you this, please take it in slowly. You haven't missed your moment. You're on sacred timing. You're not lost. You're on the edge of standing in something divine. You're not behind the story. You're standing in the middle of the plot twist. This isn't delay. It's divine alignment. I know that part of you is tired of holding on. I know how easy it is to question the path when you can't see what's next. But there is something ancient moving through you. Something that remembers how to become even when your mind forgets. And you, my love, are not falling apart. You are coming home to yourself because I can see your heart. I can see the way that you love, how it's quiet but steady, how you give people permission to soften just by being around you. You make people feel like they can breathe again, like they don't have to perform or prove or earn their way into being accepted. That kind of presence, that's a gift. You carry the medicine of softness in a world that tries to harden people. And that is not something to hide. That's something to honor. You hold space for people to be seen in their vulnerability. Not just because you're kind, but because you've been there. You've sat in the dark while waiting for light without forcing it. You've learned to live in the in-between. And that's why you're a lighthouse now, even when you don't even feel like it. And right now, I feel this so clearly for you. Something is coming. Not because you earned it, not because you struggled enough, but because you're finally ready to receive without shrinking, without apologizing, without questioning whether you're too much. That's an offering being shaped for you. One that speaks your language. One that won't ask to dim yourself or settle for crumbs. One that reflects your depth, your creativity, and your vision. But first, you're being asked to be still, to clear the noise, to trust the unfolding. Because this is not a void. This is not a punishment. This is the gestation season. You're not empty. You're full of becoming. And trust me, I know how hard that is to sit with. I really do. There was a moment that I had not long ago that changed me, even though nothing around me physically shifted. I was walking home on a quiet evening, that golden hour where the light kind of touches everything gently. It was calm, not dramatic, no breakdown, but out of nowhere, this heavy stillness landed in my chest. Not sadness, not panic, just a knowing, like my soul had quietly outgrown the life that I was living. I looked around at everything that I had built, and it just didn't feel like mine anymore. And in that moment, I didn't cry, I didn't fall apart, I just stood there motionless and thought, I don't want a life that just feels good. I want a life that looks like me. And that was it. That was the shift. It didn't roar like thunder. It whispered the truth. But in that moment forward, something in me refused to go back to pretending. And maybe that's where you are right now. That quiet inner rebellion. That moment when you realize I'm no longer available for anything that's asking me to betray myself. That's not a breakdown. That's an awakening. So if you feel like you're floating in between identities, between versions of yourself, between timelines, know this. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're just shifting chapters. And in that space, you're not meant to fix yourself. You are meant to sit with yourself, to tend, to listen, to remember. Your body is healing. Your spirit is aligning. Your future is already on its way. It just doesn't want to meet a version of you who's still shrinking to fit where it doesn't belong. You don't need to perform your healing. You don't need to dissect your pain to prove that you're growing. You don't need to reopen old wounds to confirm that they're real. Let the wound close. Let the season shift. Let peace in, even if it's unfamiliar. Because the way you love, the way you see beauty in the small things, the way you nurture what others overlook, the way you believe in things that others gave up on. That's why this next chapter is yours. And I know people may have questioned you, made you feel small even. Why do you believe what you do? Why do you dream so big? Why your path doesn't look like theirs? But that's because they don't know what it costs to live this awake. They don't know what it takes to walk in alignment when the world pulled you towards safety and complacency. But you do. And I want you to know the things you want, peace, connection, freedom, meaning, they're not unrealistic. They're rare, and you were made for rare things. So let it come. Let yourself change. Let yourself be seen. You don't have to hustle for your healing. You don't have to audition for your blessings. You don't have to earn love by disappearing in somebody's idea of enough. You are enough right here as you are. And the life you've been dreaming of, it's been dreaming of you too. So breathe, love. You are safe. You are seen. And most of all, you are on time. And I love you. Peace and love.